Good afternoon. My name is Ethan Glada, and I am here with another video to answer another question that has been posed to me. This one today is quite political, so if you are a bit apprehensive and you prefer to remain how you are and without getting into political topics, I recommend that you leave now. The question that was posed today is, in the wake of terrorist threats against the United States, should this country have a more rigid immigration policy? Should our borders be closed? This is a very current issue that we've been dealing with. In the past 7 years alone, it has been the topic of campaign for one of our presidents twice now. And there have been severe action taken against it. The first thing that I'd like to start off with is our borders should not be closed. We are a great free country, and it is not for us to close off our borders to all. We are the central of commerce, and we are such a vital portion of the world that to separate us from the rest of the world would be a huge injustice, not only to the people outside of our borders, but to our citizens as well. If we were to close off our borders, that would have severe issues for our commerce and our capitalistic ideals. We would not be able to buy what we would like, and we would be left to only what is in our country, which is not something to be frowned upon. However, having such a drastic change as closing our borders is not the way to go. There are ways to move ourselves towards American commerce. As well, we have a duty to provide ourselves as a bastion of the world. A bastion of that which is good. We, in the past, have gone out into many nations to help, and if we are not willing to have our borders open, I don't believe that we can continue to do that kind of good for the world. Whether what we did was good or bad is a topic of discussion for another day, but the attempt to do so is not something that can be continued if we are not willing to be open to the world. If you look at the conditions in countries with closed borders like North Korea, it is not good. They may attempt to make it appear so, but there is more than enough data that advertises that it is not as good as it seems. Moving on, immigration policies are already quite strict in America. After the terrorist attacks, as mentioned in the primary question, as of the terrorist attacks in 2001, we have dramatically increased our capabilities as a protection of our own travel. Making sure that we do not have terrorists moving into the United States is of utmost importance, because taking care of our citizens comes first. If we do not have citizens willing to be here because it's not safe, then we have fallen as a country. It must be made so that we can have a safe country that can be a haven. The primary focus should be a world where everyone is living a good life. That is obviously something that a lot of people go for, that topic of world peace. It's something that we should strive for. We may not reach it, but it is a fantastic goal to focus on. Without it, we are left with a painful world. However, we must be safe before we can make other places safe. Facing these terrorist attacks means that we must remain strong. What we can do to increase immigration safety is a tough question, but I would like to emphasize that it needs to stay how strong it is. Loosening our borders and allowing refugees from many countries in, and allowing for the movement of people who don't need our help is not what's going to be good for the country or the world. We have to maintain a strong balance before we can make our borders open to be a haven. So to answer the question, no. I don't believe that we should close our borders. And we may need more rigid immigration, but I think the important thing now, in the age of question, is to emphasize that we do need these strict immigration policies. Loosening is not an option. However, we need to make sure that we do not become too rigid, or else we will snap. Thank you for watching.